I'm Skywalker. What's going on, everybody? Oh shit, did YouTube notifications not go out? Interesting. It doesn't look that way. Did you guys get notified through YouTube, or did you get notified through Twitter? I'm curious. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. If YouTube notifications did not go out, then this is going to be a very intimate and small stream, but we'll see. Oh, you got notifications and Twitter, YouTube. Okay, nice. I know in the past YouTube's shit has messed up before and notifications have not gone out, but it looks like it's good this time. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Ethan, Shakeable, Porgalicious, Chef Matt Reviews, Chucky Sports, Halvor, Just a Guy, Chucky Sports, Ben, Super Snippy, Extra Man, RA's Reviews, Pooper, or Poop Pooper, Poop Pooper. Poop Pooper. Beastie, Laser Chan, No Name, everybody, one and all, welcome to the stream, guys. I'm here to shoot the shit, drink a Founder's Golden Ale, and hang out with you all for about an hour. So welcome aboard, and welcome. I'm Skywalker. So yeah, I just uploaded. I actually had a video uploaded and scheduled to release at noon. I pushed that one back until 1:30. So the video that I uploaded just now, a little topical. The video that I'm uploading at 1:30 is topical in 1980. Let's just say that. I've had this video uploaded for a couple days and scheduled, and I figured I would put out a Rise of Skywalker video out before that one today. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Oh, I changed up the super chat notification. There we go, little blast. Eric, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream, man. I greatly appreciate that. There is an Imperial era Star Destroyer in trailer. Really? I'm gonna look this up real quick, Eric. Maybe I can era Star Destroyer. RA's Reviews, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. The Rise of Skywalker. Where is it? Where is it? I don't see anything mentioned. How did I miss that? Maybe I'm just, it's hard to see. So Casey Link says, how did you miss that? Elric says, it's hard to see. So which one is it? In a space scene. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna keep an eye on the trailer and shoot the shit with you guys. Is it downed? Is it in space? Is it a part of a fleet that we have not seen yet? Oh, it's when the A-Wing gets shot down. It's not Imperial era, says shutting channel down. You have to frame by frame it. Okay. Frame by frame it. Interesting. I don't do that. That's something that a lot of channels do. I do not do the frame by frame breakdown. I don't have that shit in me. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that, man. I bet there's a lot of things that, subtle things that I've missed, because whenever I watch these trailers, I don't do the whole, like, pinpoint Easter egg, every frame, every nook and cranny of the screen, you know? It's a Republic cruiser, somebody says. There is laser fire from ISD. Interesting. Okay. Keep an eye out for it. Was that just it? I missed it. I missed it, if that's the case. I'll keep an eye out for it. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, Elric. I'll have to check it out at some point. But I bet there's a lot of shit in the trailer that I missed. The first time that I watched the trailer, I somehow missed the medal, and I didn't notice it until a second viewing. So you know, yeah. But yeah, kind of neat. And RA's reviews, thank you so much as well. Hey Greedo, when Mandalorian comes out in November, will you be reviewing it episode by episode? It will be one whole season. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I plan on 100% reviewing each episode is kind of what I'm going for. I don't think I'm going to do it in the same kind of way that I've done my Clone Wars reviews, where it's more of a recap plus review, you know what I mean? Because I'm assuming a lot of people that watched the Clone Wars haven't watched the Clone Wars in a long time through its entirety, episode by episode. So I'm playing like, hey, remember, and also, hey, this is what I think. Does that make sense? With The Mandalorian, I think I'm going to review every single episode and be a little more broader brush strokes, you know what I mean? Rather than going like beat by beat. And maybe giving some speculation and stuff like that. But yeah, RA's reviews, thank you so much, man. And that is my plan. November, I will be reviewing The Mandalorian episode by episode 100%. I don't know, is it official yet? But I haven't looked into it. Somebody mentioned to me, I think it was Trevor, mentioned it to me that the season is going to be 8 episodes. I don't know if that was ever confirmed, or if that was just something that got spread around on the internets. But I'm not too sure. We'll see. If that's the case, yeah, I'll 100% be doing every single episode. If it was 35 episodes in a season, I don't think I would have it in me to review every single episode, to tell you the truth. But if it's short and sweet and concise and focused, yeah, 100%. But yeah. Clone Wars isn't on Netflix anymore. What are you going to do? 2JZ. I actually borrowed the DVDs from my nephew. I just haven't popped them in yet. Do you think they'll do anything with the Knights of Ren? Question mark. Or is that sort of just down the crapper beastie? You know, that's a good question. Also, Layden, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. Beastie asked if I think they're going to do anything with the Knights of Ren. I don't know. They were on that leaked poster, right? So I'm assuming maybe they'll make an appearance, or maybe that wasn't the Knights of Ren. Maybe that just looked like them. I don't know. Maybe that was just the aliens that were showcased during the episode 9 panel. That might actually be the case. I have to double check that poster. But you know, if they use the Knights of Ren or not, I don't think it'll affect much. To me, the Knights of Ren, while it is a cool concept and we get to see them, I think they're more or less a thing of the past in that flashback that Rey had. Or maybe that was a flash forward, you know. There's a lot of stuff in that Force Awakens scene when Rey's kind of, I don't know. Force tripping? Is that a force power? Look that up on Wikipedia. Force tripping. If it's not, add it. So I don't know. So there's a lot of stuff in Star Wars that is said that could always be expanded on, right? A lot of stuff. Maybe the Knights of Ren was just something they set up to tell a tale prior, but that sets before The Force Awakens in a book or something like that. Who knows? Maybe it was a line that nobody ever thought would be completely dissected and expected to pop up later on in the films, you know? But I don't know. Maybe I look at it differently than most people, but who knows? Asceletum? Did I say that correctly? I'm sure I butchered it. I apologize if I did. I'm sure I did. I'm an idiot. Asceletum, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I don't know if you meant to type a little message in there or if you wanted to be a silent supporter. Either way, I appreciate the hell out of it, man. Hope you're having a good one, and I hope you are pumped for episode 9 and everything else that's coming, man. We're like, what, 2.5 hours away from the Jedi Fallen Order panel, and I will be watching that, and then right after that, I'm planning on hopping on a stream for about an hour talking about that, so we'll see. It ends at 3:30 my time, Eastern time, I think. So then I will absolutely be hopping on, but yeah. They ain't bringing the Emperor back too obvious just for a teaser. That's kind of what I thought too, Chuki Sports. You know, maybe I'm wrong. You know, a lot of people think I'm wrong, but knowing J.J. Abrams and how secret he is, I don't think it's what everybody's thinking. I'm sure it's going to be very, very subdued and subtle. You know, could be wrong. Who knows? Weejin, thank you so much once again for the super chat and channel support, man. I appreciate the hell out of that support. I don't know if you meant to be a silent supporter or if you meant to type a little message in there. Either way, I appreciate the shit out of that channel support, and I appreciate you going on the ride with me again. Once again, we're all going on the Star Wars ride. We have something to look forward to. We always have something to look forward to, but now we have a physical thing that we can watch. Physical thing that we can observe and dissect. Something that, like, you know, as I said, I think it was in my trailer video, as I said, like, when I think about these things, when it's announced that Lando's going to be in the movie, you know, it's cool. It's cool to know, but I don't get as pumped as or excited or anything like that as I do until I see the trailer. That's when I'm like, okay, oh shit, all right, it's getting real. But now we have something to look forward to, and I'm pumped. I hope you are too. Hope you are too. Let me take a quick sip. Dark Defender 1024 says, I think they are going to get some hint that they need to recover the Emperor's body / belongings. That's why they are looking for the Death Star wreckage. Yeah, some kind of quest to get something or another. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I think, who was it last time? I think maybe it was Bradfordly 42. And if it wasn't, I apologize to whoever mentioned it last stream. But somebody said maybe they're going to look for some kind of evidence of Darth Vader's redemption, of his turn, to show Kylo Ren that the way, you know, the path that he's going down, the emulation he thinks he's doing in favor of his grandfather is wrong, and that how he views his grandpa isn't exactly how he ended up. Does that make sense? Some evidence to show Kylo that the way he's being is shitty. Oh, that was you, David. That was you, David. Shit, man, I apologize. I apologize. David Bizig, I've been telling lies. I've been telling lies. Son of a bitch. I hate when that happens, man. I apologize. I apologize. But thank you. That's a really, really interesting point. And I think it's an interesting thing. It could happen for sure. It could be. It might not be what they're actually looking for. Oh, one sec. Zach and Black, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Give me one sec, man. That could 100% be the case, David. And I don't think it's going to be a conscious effort for them to go on this quest to find that information. I think it might just be happenstance that they stumble upon some kind of information showing that Vader indeed turned and saved his son and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be searching out for this information because they probably don't even know that was the case, right? They probably don't know. There's a lot of stuff, you know, in the sequel trilogy. Our characters deal with legends and mythology and stories passed down generation to generation, and how details and facts get fuzzy. So that might not be something that they're even familiar with. Who knows? But I'm pumped to see where that leads. And Zach in Black, thank you so much, man. I love this trailer, man. Also, go Navy. Hoo-yah. There you go. I appreciate that, Zach. Go Navy as well. Yeah, the trailer was fun. The trailer was fun. It's more... I still think that my favorite trailer in the sequel trilogy is just the very, very first Force Awakens teaser, where everything's new, right? Everything is new. And that in itself is just exciting, right? That feeling of complete newness, complete unknown, is exciting as hell. But this trailer, I think, more so than any, in my opinion, maybe it's just because it's fresh. I think you said that last time too, David. Is because there's just so much mystery in this trailer. There's a lot of unknowns. There's, you know what I mean? There's stuff in the background. There's voiceover. There's the Emperor at the end laughing. We have no idea what it is. I'd be very curious if that laugh is pulled from anything. Like, somebody needs to dissect the laughter in previous Star Wars installments and see if it completely lines up in Audacity to see if it was pulled from a different thing. You know what I mean? Who knows? Let me take another quick sip of my Founder's beer. Clayton, thank you so much. And Deadly Llama and RA Reviews, I appreciate that, guys. In Ouijin, I turned off the, if you guys haven't noticed, I turned off the speech to talk. Or I turned it up, rather. I don't know if I could actually turn it off. I turned it up to where, yeah, anyway. Let me text my wife back. She just put my daughter down for a nap. Nice. Sorry, guys. There we go. Do you hear my text tone is the next generation communicator? Traitor! But Ouijin, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Love your videos. Everyone I've shown doesn't end up cringing at stupid theories. No offense for those who love them. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I dig the theories and stuff like that too. If people like to do that kind of stuff, you know, that's their prerogative. I'm fine with it. I don't really go that deep into theories or what I think is going to happen. Although, I will say this, Ouijin, I have more of a desire this time around to go a little more further with speculation and not necessarily say things that I think are going to happen, but maybe do subtle predictions or kind of dissect certain moments and lines of dialogue and trailers or scenes and stuff like that. Just because, you know, it's the final chapter of the saga, and I'm very curious where it's going to go, and I don't know, I kind of want to play the game a little bit and have fun with it, you know? But, yeah, I won't go super in-depth with, like, certain shit. Sometimes it gets a little outlandish and crazy, right? And a lot of the theories oftentimes sound like fan fiction to me, because that's basically what they are. And a lot of the, no offense, as you said, Ouijin, to a lot of the people that write fan fiction, but, you know, it's sometimes, and look, I would suck complete shit. I would eat piles of shit if I ever tried to write any kind of fan fiction or story in the Star Wars universe. It would be horrible. It would be worse than anybody's ever written in a theory on the YouTube. It would be bad. But most theories feel like over-the-top fan fiction that pulls kind of the more outlandish things in the saga and the franchise and mashes it all up into like a big blender. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Sometimes I say words and I'm like, they make sense in my brain, but I don't know if my mouth is doing... I don't know if my mouth is making sense. But I appreciate that, Ouijin, and I appreciate you showing people Hello Greedo videos. That's just... That will never cease to blow my mind. Never. Crazy. RA Reviews. Remember the RA Reviews. Remember the Emperor did say the Sith can cheat death after all. Yeah, I think that is probably one of the more valid statements, I suppose, to point to in saying that the Emperor is indeed back in one shape or form. I don't know, and none of us know exactly what that means, right, RA Reviews? Unless, but yeah. I think that is a pretty solid argument in favor of him being somehow back. I don't think... I don't want people to get their hopes up that are huge, like, I want Palpatine back fans. I just don't want them to get their hopes up that it's going to be some kind of crazy epic thing. Maybe I'm just being a little, I don't know, a little subdued with my expectations. And I'm not saying expectations in a way where I want that to happen. I'm just kind of trying to taper down my thoughts on how he's going to be involved in this final chapter. Does that make sense? Did I just stutter a lot? I might have stuttered a lot. But yeah, RA, I think that will definitely be one of the things that people point to for the next, what, how many months? I don't even know what month it is now. I do. I know what month it is. But yeah, I'm sure there will be a lot of YouTube videos that mention that. A whole lot of YouTube videos that mention that. But yeah. J.J. Abrams is definitely in it. Oh yeah, I saw. Well, he was quoted from a guy who writes for Empire magazine, and you know, if he's definitely in it in what shape or form, right? It could be some kind of recorded hologram. It could be something, you know. I think when people hear that the Emperor is back and they get that confirmed, I think maybe their brains go to lightning fingers, and you know what I mean? And I just want people to, I don't know, kind of maybe, yeah, I don't know, curb their enthusiasm a little bit. What the hell is that noise? Alright, I thought a cat wandered in, but I don't know. Rise. Clayton Fioriti, thank you so much as well. Maybe just a recording of Palp they discover on the Death Star, probably triggered on their dive into the wreckage, or a contingency clone. You know, the clone thing, actually I have a video I'm gonna put out probably tomorrow. It's already rendered and everything, and I actually talk about this the Emperor thing quite a bit, and after watching the video, after it was already rendered, I realized that I kind of sound a little too cynical, but whatever, I'm gonna let it fly. But that's kind of my thought, Clayton, is, and I hate kind of just doing this this crazy speculation, and I don't want to put anything into anybody's brain where they think something or another is going to happen or not happen. But in my own head, and in my stupid speculation, I feel like that will be a that is probably going to be the case. I don't know. I think the idea of like a I don't know, a Sith or a dark side user, their ghost being kind of locked in the place where they perished and not able to move. I don't know if that will work real well in a movie. You know, Star Wars films are usually pretty grounded, and when it comes to mysticism and metaphysical stuff, there's a little bit of that sprinkled on, you know, but it's subtle compared to something like Mortis, right? Compared to some stuff in the Clone Wars arc or whatnot, if that makes sense. But I think more than likely, Clayton, it's going to be something like that. And I don't know about a clone. You know, that was what, Dark Empire, where that like Palpatine had a ton of clones and he could transfer his consciousness into different clones and basically be immortal. I've always thought that was goofy, and I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. People always talk about plot holes. You want to talk about plot holes? That just opens up a whole fucking can of worms, right? But yeah, Clayton, I appreciate the hell out of the support this month, man. And Deadly Llama, maybe Leia will be the one who will rise. Also, Sith holocron maybe, or Vision like Darth Bane, like in the Clone Wars. Probably something like that, Deadly Llama. Holocron ghost like Darth Bane. You know, maybe I'd be very, I don't know. I don't see, I hate saying I don't think that's going to happen, because you never know, you know? You never know. But yeah, maybe. Maybe. And I don't know if it'll be... See, Deadly Llama actually just uploaded a video where I talk about the rise of the Skywalker, the title, and I don't necessarily think it implies an individual, a Leia or a Luke or a Kylo or a Rey. I think it implies... And I talk about this in my video that I just uploaded, probably a lot better than I'm going to say it right now, but it implies a way of being, an ethos, a mindset, a Skywalker, a Jedi, a Sith. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I don't necessarily think it's going to be an individual. To me, the turning Skywalker into a term rather than a name, a term that can be used to describe someone with balance, I suppose. Let's just say that. I think that is a very, very interesting look at the title. To me, that's the most interesting look at the title. But yeah. Anyway, Deadly Llama, I appreciate the hell out of that. It's good to see you as always. A Dairy Tea, thank you so much. I hope JJ doesn't retcon. I loved what Ryan did. Yeah, story-wise, I really like a lot of the things in The Last Jedi, and I don't think the retcon is coming. You know, what in particular are you thinking? Like the Rey lineage? I don't think that's coming. I think, as I said in my video, I think Rey will choose to be a Skywalker rather than being a Skywalker by lineage. I think, as I said, Skywalker will become a mindset. And as I said in my video, well, you have to watch that video. I don't think the retcon's coming. There's a, you know, I think, and it's weird for me, and maybe, I don't know. It's just weird for me to think of a trilogy, when we're in the middle of a trilogy, thinking of certain plot points being subtly, I don't know, curved, changed, whatever. It's hard for me to think of them as retcons, right? We're still in the middle of this chunk, this trilogy, this thing. So if something changes, if Rey's lineage changes, for example, is that a retcon, or was Kylo Ren lying? Is that a retcon? I mean, that's exactly what people thought of The Empire Strikes Back. People, I mean, you can read fan things from Starlog. I actually have a video uploading about that at 1:30, where people thought that Vader was lying to Luke, and potentially maybe if it's changed in the next movie, could it be just that Kylo was lying? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, people more cynical than me would say that would be a retcon. They didn't like the movie. Okay, whatever. Or maybe it's just a continuation of a story. You can spin whatever you want to in your own brain and put your own your thoughts on it. There's a lot of people out there that do that. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, Dari. I wouldn't worry about it whatsoever. My dad is texting me pictures. My dad is an incredible... I need to share some photos of that he sends me sometimes. I mean, dude, these are insanity. He is... I need to post them up sometime. Like, he goes to the... give me one sec, guys. I'm just looking at these pictures my dad sent me. He just sent me a text that said, life on the kitchen floor. So what he does normally is go outside and he takes pictures of, like, wasps or bees on flowers. And, I mean, they're incredible. He's never done anything, like, professional with them. It's just been a hobby since his entire life, basically. And they're incredible photos. Incredible. He doesn't want to deal with people, though, so he doesn't want to, like, I don't know, sell them or anything. But they're just fucking incredible. I need to share them sometime. Yeah. They're, like, this, for example, sometimes he stages stuff. He found a fucking ant in the kitchen, and he put a little bit of, what is that, salt or sugar? I can't tell. On the kitchen floor, and then he gets down with a macro lens and takes pictures of an ant eating the salt. Like, it's fucking badass. He's so good at it. He's retired. Love it. Alright, sorry guys. David Bizik, thank you so much, man. Let me take a little quick sip of water. Alright. David Bizik, my real fear. This episode will feel more like 8 than the actual episode 8 did. 7 and 8 are basically one movie, and now the trilogy is over. Am I making sense? No, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Are you talking? Yeah. The time interval between 7 and 8 will be... It's a really interesting anomaly. I personally... Oh, man. I'll say that I like it because it's different. I was very surprised to hear that this was going to take some time in between 8 and 9. I was surprised to hear that. I thought they would kind of stay on course, you know, with that new timeline, or at least yeah, just subsequent films one after the other. But it's definitely an anomaly, and it's not a bad anomaly. I kind of like it because it's I don't even know how to put it into words. Probably just because it's different. It's the first time that's ever happened in a Star Wars film, in a series of Star Wars films, and I think it's kind of neat. I don't necessarily think that it's going to do good or bad for Episode 9. Basically, with this block of time that exists between 8 and 9, you know, you're working with almost a clean slate in a way. Sure, our characters still exist. Sure, Kylo's still out there being an asshole, but with this time block, there's so much wiggle room. There's so much they can do. There's so much different shit that our characters could have been up to. You know what I mean? If Episode 4, for example, and Episode 5 took place back to back, you know, the whole Hoth thing wouldn't really be that flow that well, you know. The trip to Jabba's palace in Episode 6 rather, probably wouldn't. It'd feel a little loosey-goosey. But I like that block of time because there's a little bit of mystery of what our characters have been up to. And as much as I like that, I kind of like that anomaly. That anomaly of 7 to 8 just being, boom, one after the other. Opening up on Rey meeting Luke. I just love it. The Resistance bombers and everything going on there. I think it's a solid transition. Maybe I'm in the minority in thinking that, but I just like the fact that it's different. I do. But I think I get what you're saying, David. But I guess they are basically one movie, right? Maybe it could have had a little bit more breathing time, but, you know, we would want to see this initial meeting of Skywalker and Rey. So I'm kind of glad there wasn't. But, yeah. And Weegen, love the reasonable speculation on this channel. Well, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you saying that. I know I probably sound like a broken record sometimes because I want to, like, reinforce the fact that I am just shooting the shit. And I have, you know, some people claim to be giant fucking experts and think they've cracked the code like Super Shadow. But nope, I'm just a fellow internet dummy like everybody else. And I'm just running my mouth like everybody else. And I just got lucky that I started a Star Wars YouTube channel in 2011. And then Disney acquired the franchise and boom, new Star Wars. That's all it is a luck. But I appreciate that, Weegen. Thank you so much, man. What song is this? Anakin Gabriel. I forgot to add the now playing thing. So I'm going to... If anybody's interested in what you're listening to, I'm going to post in the chat ULOS Galactic Delivery. If you look up... Delivery. If you look up that you will find the soundtrack that you're listening to. That isn't all the songs that you're listening to. That is what you're listening to right now, and that is what has been playing for the most part on here. Galactic Delivery is actually a PC game that you can get on Steam, and Ulos made the soundtrack for it and gave me permission to use it. It's pretty badass. All right, Psychotic, what's up, man? Does Rey's lightsaber look different than TLJ? Oh yeah, you got to remember that the Skywalker saber, Rey's lightsaber shattered. It shattered in half at the end of TLJ in Snoke's throne room. So I actually haven't looked too deep into that, actually, to tell you the truth. I actually haven't, like, froze the frame to see what it actually looks like. I can't picture what it looks like now. But yeah, it's definitely going to look different. I'm assuming, you know, it's repaired. It's maybe there's some modifications to it, different shit. But I would love to... I'm sure people have broken the trailer down and looked at every single frame. But I'm absolutely going to do that after this stream, out of curiosity, you know? The robot isn't talking. I turned off the robot Makatsi just because yesterday there were so many super chats coming in when I did my stream. I had like almost 600 people watching, which was just kind of mind-blowing. And I couldn't talk over the robot because it was just constant. So, you know, I turned the robot off for the time being until the trailer hype starts to die down, maybe. I'll put the robot back in. I love the robot, but I actually changed the voice of the robot too. I didn't realize you could change the voice of the robot. Kind of neat. Weejin, I love a Hello Greedo Star Wars anthology. What, like as a stormtrooper in a suit? Or me writing one? You don't want that. You don't want that. Somebody write a Hello Greedo graphic novel. It would be pretty boring. It would be basically what in the life in the a day in the life of Hello Greedo. Is that the anthology movie you want? It would basically be me waking up at 4:45 to my alarm, making 10 cups of coffee, sitting down at 5 in the morning, writing videos, getting off my computer at about 7 when my daughter wakes up, feeding her breakfast, working on stuff from 7:30 to 8, and then playing with my daughter for the entire day with a little nap, few naps in there. Not for me, I don't nap. Her naps, and I work on stuff then. That would be the anthology movie. But yeah. And Clayton Fioriti. Speculation can be fun as long as we have a reference point. When people start believing in crazy stuff with no evidence, though, it can get weird. That's a really good way of putting it. Everybody has to know, if we're doing the speculation game, everybody has to know that these aren't... It's very interesting the way theory has been, like, thrown around. The word theory has been thrown around. A theory is like a concrete, scientific... You know, gravity is a theory. There's the germ theory. They're concrete. A theory is a culmination of so much data and evidence and facts into a package. And that package is called a theory. With Star Wars or film... or anything, a theory is just, what the fuck? I just think this is gonna happen. This one's gonna happen. This one's gonna happen. This one's gonna happen. That's a theory. It's very interesting. But yeah, we all have to agree that our speculation is all in fun. I hope I don't guess anything right, because when I sit down in the movie theater, I want to be completely surprised and taken off guard. But yeah. But yeah, I completely agree. It can get weird. People get their hopes up for certain things. A lot of the times, these theories and whatnot are super convoluted and sound more like, well, they basically are, but sound more like fan fiction than anything an actual screenwriter would come up with, you know? But who knows? Who knows? Stalin is ballin'. Is that how you spell Stalin? I thought there was 2 L's. Oh, never mind. As I'm typing it, I know exactly that does not have 2 L's. Yeah. They both seem to be on okay, Stalin is Ballin says they both seem to be on some mission. Maybe Palps is what they are both looking for. Makes me think the final battle would be at the Death Star rubble. You know, I don't know. I get that feeling too, Stalin. I get that feeling too. But I don't know if I think it's the final battle, because it appears at the very end of the trailer. Does that make sense? Like, my brain looks at the trailer, and I'm assuming everybody's brain does this, looks at the trailer as if it's a chronological map of what the film is going to do. That is never the case, though. But we watch a trailer and think that. At least I do. My brain does that. I try to counteract that immediately because, you know, a lot of these scenes are piecemealed together in the trailer, and, you know, you pull a little bit here, a little bit there, and put it together, and it's probably not at all in chronological order. And a part of my brain goes, you know, I think that the Death Star is at the final battle at the end of the film because it's at the end of the trailer. Does that make sense whatsoever? Anyway, I'd be very surprised if the Death Star thing was a lot more subtle than people are expecting. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the mission will be. I don't know if these characters are just hiding out for the time being, trying to regroup. I'm assuming, you know, Lando. I initially thought that Lando was going to come in with a lot of folks from Bespin or some kind of army and save the day, like Rohan did at the end of Return of the King. Was it Rohan? I don't know. I haven't seen those movies in so long, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Through some of the production photos, we saw a whole bunch of aliens from like a town or something in the desert, right? I have to look at those again. I think they're gonna play a pretty big role. Who knows? I don't know. Was it Rohan? Okay. But yeah. Let me take a quick sip of water. Not water. Yeah, I don't know if Palpatine is what they're going to be both looking for, or what everybody's going to be looking for, if it's just going to be stumbling upon something. And as David Bizik said earlier, a really interesting concept would be they're going to the Death Star for some kind of evidence of Vader turning against the Emperor and trying to present that to Kylo in order to convince him that, you know, he's not following his grandfather the way he really was. Does that make sense? That'd be interesting to me. And I don't know if that'll be the mission or if they'll stumble upon some kind of evidence to show that. I don't know. What did I just say? Sometimes my mouth just moves. But yeah, I appreciate that, Stalin. Slakalov. Thoughts on what appears to be Imperial Star Destroyer 1 in teaser. You know, somebody pointed that out to me earlier in the stream. Who was that? Was it Elric? That's right, Elric. And I have not been able to see that yet. It should be coming up. Let me find my place. There we go. Slakalov. I'm gonna look at the trailer in my monitor. I'm still looking. Saga comes to an end. God, I couldn't see it. It happened so fast. It happened so fast. I'll have to screenshot that and look at it. Interesting. But if that's the case, if that's actually what it was, or what it is, or if it's just another First Order ship, I mean, it could be either or, right? A lot of the First Order stuff looks like early generations of Galactic Empire stuff. So maybe it's just something that looks a little more familiar than we're used to with First Order things. But if that is the case, if it is an actual Imperial Star Destroyer, It's an Imperial Star Destroyer with red trim. It is? Okay. Okay, interesting. So, I don't know. I'd be willing to bet that it is, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe there's a fleet of older Imperial equipment. I have no idea. I have no idea. But Slackalove, I appreciate it. I'd be willing to bet that, I'd be willing to bet that that is a First Order ship, yeah. But we'll see. How do we know it has red trim? I don't know. Maybe somebody freeze framed it. It's just so fuzzy. I'll have to screenshot it after the stream and take a look. This is the first time I've heard of it on this stream. And nobody's brought it up to me. I even Googled. Let me Google it again. Rise of Skywalker. Star Destroyer. Yeah, I don't see anybody talking about it. Interesting. Let me pull it up on Twitter. Imperial Star Destroyer. Wild idea that... Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, Eckert's Ladder did 23 hours ago. The rise of VFX. Oh, my God. This... How in the flying fuck does anybody pull any information from this picture? I mean, Christ almighty. Like, I get it, it looks like it, but we can't even tell what the hell it is. That's crazy. That's like zooming in. That's crazy. It does look like it has red trim. Yeah, there's red on it for sure. That's crazy. This reminds me of like some crazy like conspiratorial videos. Freeze framing a single thing and zooming in on the most fuzzy image imaginable and claiming you know what it is. But who knows? Who knows? We'll see. It's a flashback Clone War. Flashback? You never know. Polish GMR. I'm excited for the movie, but I find it weird that Emperor is apparently back and thought the trailer, while not bad, was somewhat bland. See, I definitely didn't get the blandness that you got. I thought, in my opinion, it was one of the more kind of mysterious trailers that we've had in terms of kind of setting things up and not giving too much. And the Emperor thing, you might be saying, the Emperor, they showed that they made it obvious that the Emperor is in the movie. Maybe. I think it's almost too obvious. Like knowing J.J. Abrams, as I've said before, he is the man of secrecy, mystery boxes. He likes surprises. He does not want to reveal too much ever. He likes secrecy, and I just cannot imagine them revealing that the Emperor is in the movie in a teaser trailer. I mean, think about it. They didn't even reveal Maul was in Solo. That was just a huge fucking surprise for everybody. What a giant surprise to have the Emperor in Episode 9. Why would they reveal it in a teaser? That just seems just kind of completely counterintuitive to feed this love for secrecy and mystery boxes that Abrams has. You know, it's weird to me. It's weird to me. See, when I first saw, when I first heard the Empire's cackle at the end of the trailer, I didn't even, you know, my brain, I did think that, yeah, maybe this is some kind of recording, maybe this is some kind of hologram, a message or something, maybe he's even in the movie. But the thing that hit me first was, maybe they're just using an audio cue looking at the Death Star and it's just a part of the trailer. And obviously that's not the case. He's going to be in there in some shape or form. Who knows how, but yeah, it's got me a little concerned, Polish, because I've been saying this for 8 years now on YouTube. I like when Star Wars does new stuff, and I've never enjoyed when they kind of rehash old characters. Well, I'll say dead characters like Maul and Boba Fett. And I'm sure there's some kind of explanation for however they're going to be using the Emperor, and maybe it's a lot more subdued and subtle than everybody's expecting. I'm not guessing there's going to be force lightning and a bunch of shit like that. Just can't imagine it. But I'm keeping my expectations pretty subdued, you know. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Game Station 3, Every Generation Has a Legend, was also in the Phantom Menace teaser. Was it really? Oh, right after where we see the Gungans walking. Is that? I'm gonna look this up. Phantom Menace teaser. I'm gonna look this up. Okay, teaser in HD. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. Yep. Boom. Wow. How the flying fuck? How the flying fuck do I remember that? Game Station 3, how? Wow. I have a horrible memory, Game Station. I have an absolute horrible memory. And I think the reason I have a horrible memory, Game Station, is because I remember useless knowledge about the Phantom Menace teaser trailer that was released in July of 1999. I can remember where Every Generation Has Its Legend appears in the teaser. Wow. That's kind of pathetic. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, so stupid. What am I doing? But I appreciate that, Game Station. That's interesting. Legends for each trilogy. Legends for each trilogy. It's interesting. Legends for each generation. It makes sense. Makes complete sense. Henry Page. I appreciate that, man. Ray Saber sound is Luke's green saber from Return of the Jedi. Is it? Interesting. I'll have to listen to that again. I love Return of the Jedi's Luke's that's my favorite lightsaber. The boom, yeah, there's like a heft to it. Yeah. I'll have to listen to that again. Maybe it's just the way it was constructed. Maybe, you know, obviously she had to repair the lightsaber after it shattered in The Last Jedi. So maybe the repairs she made are similar to the repairs that Luke made to his green, or built his lightsaber in Return of the Jedi. You know what I mean? Maybe it's similar. Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna have to listen to that page, and that's the first I've heard that. All right, guys, a couple more super chats, and I'm probably gonna jump off. But yeah, I like the deleted scene where Luke tests out his lightsaber. Yeah, me too. Words. Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen that deleted scene, check it out for sure. It's interesting. It's kind of like dark and macabre, and he looks a little evil in that scene too. Galvatron530, thank you for the super chat and channel support, man. The Rise of Skywalker refers to Luke being resurrected and put into... The Rise of Skywalker refers to Luke being resurrected and put into mecha armor with 16 lightsabers. He goes back in time to absorb Palpatine's power. Oh my god. Oh my god. Galvatron, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna if people watching have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, I am going to find the video. Wow, that's kind of crazy. If I Google Mecha Luke, it doesn't come up because I guess I didn't tag the video Mecha Luke. What Luke Skywalker should have been like. Probably be the first. Oh, okay. So this video. This is the video that Galvatron is talking about that I made. Is that the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. Hilarious. But I appreciate that, Galvatron. I need to make a part 2 for sure. Need to make a part 2. In Midtown Thwip. I appreciate the channel support as well today, man. Midtown Thwip. There's I don't know if I'm assuming. Well, what is Thwip? For whatever reason, there's a band called Midtown that I used to listen to a lot when I was in high school. Midtown Thwip. So Thwip. It's a Spider-Man reference, I'm assuming. Okay, it's not. It has nothing to do with the band. Midtown Thwip. Which Death Star do you think it is? Love your vids. You know, if I had to guess, it's probably Death Star 2. Oh. Give me 1 sec. 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. 1 sec. All right. I'm assuming it's Death Star 2, Midtown. The idea of, you know, you got to be careful watching these trailers because you put so much. You watch them in chronological order. You put so much of your own bias on them when, in fact, they're probably going the opposite direction. But hearing the Emperor laugh while the Death Star is shown in the trailer, right after the Death Star is shown, kind of makes me feel like it's Death Star 2. The place where, you know, he perished. The place where Vader's redemption happened. To me, that makes sense. It could be the first Death Star. Who knows? Who knows where the hell this movie's going to go? Nobody knows. We were properly teased by the teaser trailer. If I had to guess... Man, I don't even know, actually. I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it could be... You know, there's 3 possibilities of where this is laying. Is Yavin, Endor, or just some random planet where the wreckage floated out and eventually landed. 3 of those are plausible, I think. Is that Endor with the seas? I mean, I'm assuming Endor has seas. I don't know. Yavin? Yeah. So it could be either or, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Death Star 1, Death Star 2. Or Death Star 3. Crystal Pepsi. Curious to see how Emperor Palp looks in Episode 9. Yeah, I'm curious to see if it's gonna be... Yeah, I'm... You know... In what form? Like... I just don't know even how to process, like, the Emperor being there. And my brain consistently goes to, well, Crystal Pepsi, my brain consistently goes to, it'll be a hologram, a message of some sort, something from the past. And not necessarily Palpatine coming back to fight or anything like that. That's where my brain goes. And I don't know if Palpatine will look identically like he looked at the end of Return of the Jedi, because, you know, maybe it's a message that he recorded around that time period, and we're seeing it. Maybe it's some kind of, like, security cam footage, like in Bloodline, when Leia... I'm not going to spoil anything. That's security cam footage. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? I'm curious too. More so than that, though, Crystal. I think I'm more curious how he's going to be used. You know what I mean? In the film, because it's very interesting. I think it's going to be... See, my brain goes to subtlety, and I think it's going to be a lot more subtle than some people think. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. And Admiral Trench, final super chat of the afternoon, and then I'm gonna hop off. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me for about an hour. Admiral Trench, what if Palpatine plotting to cheat death by returning to the physical realm and needs a vessel after Snoke is gone and needs Kylo/Rey? So Snoke was a vessel. I thought about that. Snoke was one of the vessels for his consciousness. I like that. You know, I think the cheating death thing, obviously, it harkens back to the prequels when he said that. Was that during the opera thing, right? What was that called? Can't remember. I don't know. Man. See, when I think of Star Wars movies, I think, for the most part, they're usually pretty grounded. And to me, that might be a little too out there for a Star Wars film. The non-film material is where things get a little, like, loosey-goosey with the metaphysical stuff, right? Every Star Wars film, to me at least, has been a lot more grounded and subdued. That's possible. That's completely possible. That would be very interesting. A new kind of thing for a Star Wars film to explore. I'd be up for it. I mean, I guess, yeah, it would make sense. It makes sense. That's the thing. A lot of these things make sense. A lot of them have been kind of not necessarily predicted, but hinted at from previous material. And then we put our own biases and expectations on what we think is going to happen, right? Any of that stuff is possible. But yeah, we'll see. I just love the mystery of this teaser. The mystery that this teaser brought us. It's kind of crazy. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped, man. Alright, guys, I got to get going. But I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I am planning on doing another stream around 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Probably a little bit after that, to tell you the truth. That's going to be right after the Jedi Fallen Order panel. That's when I'm going to do that stream. Just to discuss, you know, what's going on with that. What I think... it's hard to believe that's in what, about... like, what, an hour and 40 minutes or so? What time is it going to be at? I think it's coming up soon. It's coming up soon. But yeah, so I will not be running down the list today of super chats. I went over an hour. I gotta get going. I'm actually gonna make some ramen for lunch. Big doings. But yeah, ramen with that plastic packet, quote unquote, chicken seasoning. I don't know what it is. Alright, guys, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, and if you are around in about 2.5 hours or so, I will be streaming again, discussing the Jedi Fallen Order panel. So, I will see you then, and if I don't, I'll see you next time. Alright. See ya. It's at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, or no. Scratch that. The panel is at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Central Time. 1:30 p.m. Central Time. So definitely do the math, okay? I don't want to be responsible for fucking that up for everybody. All right, see ya.